ready, Alisa?
I think so, yes. As ready as I can be. There's nothing I can do. I can hang up now.
Fuck you all.
Internet pool. See ya.
So I'll
Cool.
full screen you. How
Can
do
you
I?
guys see it okay?
Yep,
We've got a
Um,
PowerPoint.
we do.
Oh, wow.
I'll stay on track.
Have you done an
Professional.
intro, Ron? Because I didn't hear you do an intro.
Oh, do you know what? I've actually written a new intro song for Tank Tours, and I actually just finished doing it and then sorting out the video for it earlier. So I'm not that bothered about an actual intro, but I maybe should introduce who Elisa is.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is Elisa. Go for it.
Hey everyone, Alisa here. Here to do my tank tour. Some of you may know me on social media as a Keller's Reef. I'm relatively new to the hobby. I've been only doing this for 5 years. My husband and I started during the COVID. It was his brilliant idea. This is our first tank. It's a little 40-gallon aqua top. So only 6 months into the hobby, we already knew that we are going to upgrade. So we decided to go big or go home. So we got Red Sea 625 reefer. It's approximately 120-gallon display and 45-gallon sump.
That's a
There's a
lot of tank
dimension
for somebody that's only been reefing for 6 months.
for 6 months.
I said six.
He
For
did
fuck's
it.
sake.
Magic number.
We really got into a hobby. I fell in love. I bought my first Scully. It's on this picture. I was just so fascinated with it. And I don't know, it's just my daughter was going to college. I was graduating from college. I have more time on my hands, and we just decided to upgrade. So the tank official date was started in February of 2021. It was cycled with Dr. Tim fish cycle bacteria. That's what we did. We used the Carrier Purple dry rock, Carrier Blythe sand, and after about 2 years, and I will let you guys know why. I added the aquaculture live rock into, and I've been adding aquabiomic live sand. On the next slide, just showing you how how was the build was, and this was January time frame. I know you probably can't see this picture, but can't aquascape without beer, right?
I mean, I do like that rule.
So this is the tank where everything was transferred. Only have few corals. Oh, and I have to note it. So the left side of the tank was my husband's structure, and the right side of the tank was mine.
Okay. And I see he's gone bigger.
Yes. So he created that really nice arch. There's a short video of tank. It's probably July, August time frame. So a couple months into it.
What is that? See the green, the absolutely neon green on the sand.
Yeah.
That's my first Stracciophilia that I still have actually.
That's huge.
It's kind
Wow.
of shrunk up a little bit. I don't think it's getting enough flow. The tank, and you guys, I'll show you later on. It's just overgrown mess.
Thought you were carpeting him at first.
Yeah, the size of it. I was like, oh,
Yeah. So I believe this picture is tank was probably over a year old. Um, just a little progress here. Short little video of me catching my anemone. So after about a year, I was like done with LPS. Well, Softy, all the I really fell in love with SPS. And if you could see, this is a year into it, and I already have a bunch of frogs in here. So I need to get rid of the anemone. It split, it start moving. I was like, no, it's going away. So I found this trick on humble fish. Brilliant idea. If anybody ever want to catch anemone, and then an enemy. That's how you do it. All right, a little bit about equipment. So lightning
Alyssa,
is, uh-huh.
how did that trap work? Sorry,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't quite
sure.
see it.
So you get the sponge and you get the PVC pipe. You get a perfect hole to fit into that sponge, and you can get a bigger sponge or however. So the sponge is basically is like a mold to the rock,
Okay.
kind of helps to cover that space so there's no light penetrating. It will crawl into that
Okay.
PVC.
Yeah,
Oh,
to get the light, it crawls out of the rock through the.
Yep.
That's a
Yep.
fantastic
So you've got
idea.
obviously put the PVC over top it now. That's a
So,
good idea, is that?
Yeah, I've not seen that before.
I hadn't either.
and
Really?
actually, the original thread, the guy who actually he's still in the hobby, and it was years ago when they were in Florida, harvesting or catching anemones from the ocean for the trade for the reefers, and that's what they would do in the ocean.
Yeah. Have you ever
So I
tried to
kind
take
of
one off a rock? You ever tried to take one off a rock? It's impossible, isn't it?
yes, that is impossible without destroying it.
Yeah. It's yeah, I'll just take the rock out. I'll do it.
lucky our rocks. So when we did our structure, we didn't want any loose rocks. So everything has been
Yeah.
mortal, like it's solid. So that's
Yeah.
one thing that
You didn't
is
have that option. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah. So equipment, as you can see here, we were running for 2 years running Red Sea LED lights. Love those lights, never had any issues, great growth. And about 2 years into a hobby, I got a phone call from Polar Reef. They're like, hey, we just wanted to check with all the followers and want to get you on a Zoom call. It just kind of like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay. So we get on a Zoom. And Andrew's like, oh, great tank. What kind of lights are you running? I was like, oh, those are red CLEDs. Like, sounds like you need to upgrade. I was like, I wonder why he said that. I love my lights. Next thing I know, they told me I won the Radeon XR30 Blues, two of them from them. And I was like, what? Anyway,
Wow.
so it's
How
just
often do
happened.
you get phone calls from just Polo Reef? Just, oh, hey, Alyssa, nice tank. Want some free shit?
It happened only once, I promise. But being on social media, I enjoy everybody content. I try to support every reefer out there, and I don't know.
You
But I did
do.
sign up for that contest. So
You do an amazing job of supporting the entire hobby. Well done.
thank you. I appreciate it. So right now I'm currently running Radeon's XR30 Blues. And last year I added an additional supplemental lights, blades, glow and grow. Filtration is pretty simple. We used to run Red Sea skimmer. I got rid of that. I got a better skimmer, Nio skimmer. Implemented ozone in 2023. I still run filter socks. I run carbon because I don't do water changes, and we'll go into that shortly. The tank was on UV sterilizer for, I want to say, 2.5 years. I took it offline when I implemented ozone, and I'm running GFO. So as far as the dosing goes, first year tank, we only did water changes and just added alkalinity there and there because, not mature tank, you don't have to worry too much about it. Currently, in the last 3 years, I've been on the Reef Moonshine Trace Elements program. I found that chemistry and I never look back. I do ICP every 6 to 8 weeks and I dose trace elements. I don't do frequent water changes. I just look at my ICP results. I also dose Kalkwiser, BRS Part 2 soda ash and calcium chloride. Dosing, I have Neptune dose and a single Versa pump. And obviously, controller was implemented probably 3 years ago just to keep the tank stable. Everybody telling you need to keep stable parameters. Like, okay. And I bought a moonshine and I started doing moonshine, and my alkalinity and calcium is like low. I'm like, oh, why is things are dying? Well, because you need to kind of get alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium first. So Anyway, Flo, I do have a Royal Exclusive Red Dragon pump,
Oh,
Ooh,
Louis Vuitton of the Reef.
very nice.
And display, I currently run Red Sea Gyri on each side, and I have another additional Octawave pump too.
Did you get a new one, Alyssa? Was your cable frayed, right?
What was that? Sorry.
Did you get a new gyro? Because your cable was frayed, or did you
Oh,
just
yes,
bodge it?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
So I finally give out for 4 years of using it. Yeah, I have to get a new pump. At least you can get parts for it. I actually ordered some parts like a few months before that. They're the little cages. They were plastic. They were getting a little run kind of getting old. So I replaced them and they were fairly inexpensive. They were like 30
yeah,
bucks.
yeah. Good
So that
going,
part
isn't
is
they?
really nice. Yeah. So livestock highlights. So I have three tangs, Scopa tang, blue tang, purple tang. I have four Russes, blue start leopard Russ, yellow tamarin Russ, pygmy Russ, yellow chorus Russ. I used to have a Rambodius Russ, and she was absolutely stunning. I lost her probably last year, and it happened on my birthday too. I was so bummed. What happened is I rearranged rock and her and Blue Tang were not getting along. Tang would chase her. And right after I changed it, so there's a spot where she was swimming around all the time, and there was like blockage right there. She couldn't get it. She shoved herself right into the rock, and I was standing right there watching it. And the way Russes die when they stress, it only takes 2 or 3 minutes. And I couldn't have done anything. Like I couldn't put my hands fast enough in the tank to do something. It was a just devastating blow. But other fish, clownfish, blotched diphanthias, copperband butterfly, corals. I have a different mixture if I have LPS, SPS, softies, and cleanup crews, just like anybody else. Assorted snails, hermit crabs, pitho crab, cleaner shrimp, stuff like that.
so you had a Borbonius Antheus.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
That's the only fish that has a nickname. Her name is Ham.
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 Why him?
She fat?
She's
Okay.
she's like little chunk, like the little
He's chunky.
yeah. So the ecosystem strategy, just like anybody else, you constantly trying to battle your high nutrient system since I don't do water changes. Obviously, all the nuisance things that can grow is the good example of my overflow box was full of Optasia. Struggle and lessons. So when we first started, we trusted our LFS and oh, the tank was, I'll show you the video, was covered in hair algae for the first year. I would literally go and remove manually every week.
That's Carib Sea
Um,
rock for you.
Carib Sea Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Awful stuff.
I agree. Plus, it's really heavy as well.
Well,
Yeah.
you know my experience on that, don't you, Ron?
It's just it's too dense. It doesn't have a lot of surface area. It's far too heavy, and it is
Yep,
terrible for algae. And I reckon that rock is actually genuinely responsible for a lot of people giving up.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I almost did. I almost did. I mean, I ain't going to say too much, obviously, but 10 months I was battling it. 10 months.
Yep. It's horrible stuff. Sorry, Alisa.
Oh no, you're fine. I do think that I agree with 100% on the rock. I would never do that rock again, the algae. But another problem that we found, we trusted our LFS. We were buying the water from him. And after I was doing my research and stuff, I was like, there's just something is off. So I bought a chip TDS meter and I was putting 56 TDS of a lovely water into my tank for a first year.
Oh
So
dear.
basically it
Nice.
was a dirty
Oh,
water too. That
yeah,
didn't help.
that didn't help. No.
So after combating that, best purchase I ever made, my own RODI system, 4-stage BRS.
Yeah.
I love it. Works great.
I can't believe people reef without them. I mean, obviously, if your water is like Dong, for
We
example,
didn't know any
that's
better.
different. Yeah, exactly.
I don't, do I? I use spotless water.
They look a little bit daunting as well when you first start. You know, this thing with tubes everywhere and
Yeah, you've
pumps
already
and
Yeah.
convinced your better half to have a tank in the house, right? Then you say,
yeah.
see underneath the kitchen sink, I'm going to
Yeah.
pierce that pipe with a saddle valve. And they just look at you and go, no, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'm going to
We
flood
set
your
up
kitchen.
ours in the laundry room and I reuse all the wastewater to do laundry.
That's brilliant.
We don't
I
Yeah.
have
don't
enough
waste
rooms in
any
our
water.
house to have laundry rooms.
No, we
Well,
don't have
I
laundry
don't.
rooms.
Anyway,
No.
Yeah. I've got a laundry room, but that's currently.
I just shower with my clothes on now, so it's a win-win.
So anyway, thought I will solve this problem by doing clean water. Things were getting better. Then I got a little bit of cyano, reading online, do the cami clean. I did the cami clean, and guess what? Kill all of the non-existent biome already in my tank. So dinoflagellates were just thriving in my tank for a year and a half. So I dealt with that for so long. I do have a thread on Humblefish, how I did it, what I did it, and just kind of like the progress of all of that. I throw so many bottles in the tank, life phyto, pods, bacteria. I finally, and that's why I said in the beginning, I added the aquaculture live rock into my tank it came from Florida. It's a picture of the rock. I think it helped a little bit.
It definitely will have.
Another struggle last year. Look at this lovely macroalgae in my tank.
So, did you think that came from the Florida rock?
I don't know. The Florida rock was already sitting in my tank for probably 2 years.
Okay.
Just out of the blue, I started to have in this like almost like Chetamorpha, but a lot thinner. Like it's not a turf algae, it's not Bryopsis, but I was pulling it like again, I'm pulling more algae. I'm still at it. When is it gonna end, right? There's a little video here. It's a cup full of stuff, and this is a great video. So the ulva, the macroalgae, and acro-eating flatworms eggs. Such a great combination. Oh my God. Yeah, acro-eating flatworms were not fun. And I was so diligent for the first 3.5 years. My local reefer started a new business, brought meliculture corals. He's like, I want you to have all of this. And I was like, okay. I didn't cut the plugs. So August time frame, I saw a couple of my frogs were suffering. So I did a lot of dipping and I was like, finger crossed, they're gone. Whatever. My big colony, Blueberryfield acropora, started in December time frame, was literally had bite marks all over it. And luckily Chris Mackley talked on the Reef Bomb about the Angel Plus food.
Yes.
So I did that food for 3 months and actually colony completely recovered now. So yeah, wins in progress. Despite all of the ugliness that all of us face, or some of us don't, if you cycle your tank proper or use proper rock.
Well, I look in the mirror every day, so I'm fighting ugliness all the time.
Right. Despite all of this, the coral, what really kept me going. I mean, if I look at the picture of the original setup where I was back then and where I was 3 years into hobby, this was actually 2 years. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yep. And within 2 years, all the easy corals will start overgrowing. That Monty cap needed to go. And that's the time when I did rearrange my tank, when I lost my Rhomboideus rust.
Wait, can you go back one? What is the Montipora just off center to the right, the kind of orangey colored one?
This one?
Nope, to the right.
The other one?
Yeah, it's just
Uh,
it's coming back. It's coming back.
that's a
That one.
cherry tree Monty. It's a pain on the rear end.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You can see how fat your amphius is in that picture.
So this is my neon green Kenya tree. After 2 years of growth, I have to cut that up. Share with the community here locally, which I'm thankful for.
Did you find it self-amputated and floated around?
Say what now?
Did you find that self-amputated and floated bits around?
Uh-huh. Sorry, I don't understand the question, Ron.
Did it drop babies everywhere on its
Oh, no, no,
own?
no. This is actually the better one. This is the one that is not spreading. This is the neon green Kenya tree.
Ah,
It's
okay.
not the one like that. Yeah, and I still have a piece actually. I get attached to everything. It's hard to get rid of. So no, this is actually one of the better Kenya tree. It's a beautiful coral.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if you could see it here. You can kind of see it right here in the middle. It was pretty big colony. So yeah, fast forward, that was 2 years ago. This was my month cap that needed to go. I still have a piece of that growing somewhere. This is a 4 years of growth of my very first hammer, sputter hammer. My big colony of Duncan that I have to chop it up last year. So the future plans, honestly, I don't know. Maybe a frag tank. I do need to start thinking about doing a little bit of rebooting some of the things, trimming it down. I just have different problems now with my tank where everything is overgrowing. Just exploring some more spaces. I really wanted to, now that I really, really love SPS, I want to have more SPS colonies than the Monty colonies. But you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's
So
just a
yeah, just a
natural
short little
progression.
video here of overgrowing stuff. That Monty's are, yeah. You actually, Ron, you were mentioned something on the Discord this week that when I added my blades, when I increased the lights, I noticed that my Monty's, instead of going up, they kind of start going down and some of them
Yes.
slow down.
Yes.
So
I've
I
got
thought
a
it was
Monty
interesting.
in my tank that will now only grow underneath my rock structure. It will not grow upwards because of the power of the Stratton. It's interesting.
It is interesting. So I thought it was a really interesting point there because that's what I see in my tank and is seen in my tank currently. So recommendations are welcome. Any questions before we jump into the tank? I will probably leave that and jump on my phone so I can show you guys the tank.
Well, what got you into reefing? What was the spark that ignited the entire thing that made you go, you know what, I'm gonna go crazy, and because this is a crazy hobby.
Oh God. I think was that first collie, all the soft ones that you can feed them and then you need to take care of them like children. And my child is going back to leaving me for college and I'm all by myself. Um, I don't know. I just fell in love with the hobby. And after seeing what really, really inspired me, and I still till this day say it was Tusi Joe, his reef tank of the months that I saw
Yeah.
with all those amazing SPS. I was like, that's what I want. I actually messaged him on Reef to Reef. I have like the one little teeny SPS. He was like, do you think I'm ready for SPS? Do you think it's gonna be a good placement there and there? And he was really nice. He talked to me. So I don't know. And it's just basically I took over from my husband will tell you I took over his hobby. I
Oh,
stole his hobby.
so he was already into it, and then you joined him. Oh,
Well, we
that's
were still
interesting.
we were building this tank together and he didn't want to spend as much time as I did because I feel like you either have it in you or you don't. Like he's a lazy reefer. He doesn't want to task to do any of that. And I'm more of a like, I need to read more about this. I need to know how to do this. I was already kind of going a little bit above of him, and he couldn't keep up with me. But he was also in school at the time. He was getting his secondary engineering degree, so he was pretty busy,
So
and I needed something to do.
is he still into it then, as much as he was and you are?
Nope, not as much.
Not as much. So it's your
Nope.
tank, basically.
Yep. Well,
Matt,
it's
is Matt getting
consider
a bit
it's
nervous now?
our tank.
It's going to be Roxanne's tank, and Matt's not going to get a look in. That's what's
Yeah.
going to happen in the future.
Julian has raised his hand. I don't know what that means. I've never seen it before.
He wants to ask a question. Hi, Julian.
Thank you. Hey, first of all, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate the presentation. It's really well done. So props
you.
there. Yeah. My question is actually around your decision to not do water changes and to employ a frequent ICP test. So, and just for context, I'm newer to the hobby. I've only been in for a year. So I guess I'm curious, what led to the decision? What was the approach kind of going into it? Was this something that you stumbled upon yourself through reading or something that was maybe recommended to you? And what challenges did you kind of undertake or address as you began this arc? And kind of curious if it's something you would also recommend generally, right? Knowing each system is different, but curious on your thoughts there because I know it's a polarizing topic. Thank you.
Right. No, I understand. So my goal I was really wanted to grow SPS. And someone on social media told me, look up Reef Moonshine. So I went on the website, download the handbook. It was free, how how the program works. And I was like, okay, because prior to that, for a year, you get so many different opinions on everything, and there's so many different ways of doing it. Your head basically just getting freaking exploded with all the information. When I found the moonshine, I read the handbook, I did my ICP, I downloaded Excel spreadsheet, I put my numbers in, it tells me what I'm low on, what I need to add, or what's something that I should be concerned. It was basically a program for a newbie like me. It worked, and I stick with it, and I don't want to change. And you ask me, I don't like to use like all the algicide things in my tank. I always try to do something more natural and stuff. It just worked for me. The longest I went without water changes was a year and a half, but then I added some corals, and as you all know, that when you add in some corals from a different system, it could bring some different things. I also experienced with some of the losses due to the brown jelly. So I had to do another chemical treatment, but that was for the different reason, just to kind of like try to contend that brown gel at the time, and it really helped. So I did a water change in that, and I still do water changes every so often. I'll clean my sump. I'll do like 25-gallon maybe every 3 to 4 months or so, but the program works. It worked for me. Maybe it's not for everybody. It's just something that
I've got a question for you, Alisa, on the subject of ozone. You said that when you started running ozone, you stopped running UV. Now, UV breaks ozone down, which, as far as I'm concerned, is a really good part of UV. So you're not overdosing ozone. So why did you stop UV when you started ozone?
because I ran an aquabiomic test and I have some pathogen in my tank. And when I talked to Eli, and talked to other people, they immediately, when they saw my results, they like, you running UV, aren't you? I was like, yep, try not to. So I stopped. And I haven't done a second test, by the way, to see if but my tank's thriving without it.
Yeah.
And since I buy all my fish quarantine and I haven't added new fish, There was no reason. And because I was having so many problems with dinoflagellates, and I'm trying to add more biome, some good organism into my tank, I feel like UV perhaps maybe were killing it, but we never know.
Yeah, it would be interesting to do a new aquabiomics test to find out where your bacteria levels sit and which strains are surviving and thriving in comparison.
Yes, and I still need to do that. The test sitting on the shelf. So yeah, I think it's been it's been over a year since I've done one. Yeah. I wanted to send it actually. Thanks for the reminder. I need to send one.
No,
It
it'd
would
be
be
interesting.
interesting
I'd
to
be
see.
interested to see the two.
Yeah.
Any other questions, folks? Or are we ready to just get the tour of the juice?
Ready for the tour.
All right. I'll stop sharing. I will sign off of this account and I'll jump on my phone.
Yay. Don't break it.
Let's see.
I'll put some music like you get in a lift.
Do, 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 do.
I suppose you haven't got music queued up on your deck.
I've got
Ron.
so much music. No, I can't trigger any of them. They're far too rude. Come on, Alisa.
I'm hurrying.
There we go.
So you guys know, like, you can't do aquabiomics by you, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, but if you ever have heard Eli talk, one of the first things he always says to people is, "You're running UV or you're not."
Yes.
And for him, it is a huge no-no to run UV because he's all about natural bacteria and life cycles and all that stuff. Similar, and I'm really interested to see what Salem comes out with his papers and stuff because he's kind of leaning towards that as a huge deal within coral as well. But I wonder, have any of you ever heard Eli say anything about ozone, or does he only say you're running UV? Don't run UV.
I talked to him about it and I can't remember, to be honest with you, Jim. I'll have to pull all my notes and figure it out.
Your tank is absolutely dynamite. It's gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's stunning. Seriously.
Wow. Very, very nice. And yellowtail tamarin, beautiful.
Well laid out, isn't it? The scape.
It's just gorgeous, and it's all mature. It's not
Beautiful.
just a tank full of tiny wee frags. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Love the fish as well.
I still have tiny frags too.
That's
Backups.
okay. That's okay. That's just an addiction. We're all there.
Here's the new chalice that I got, Ron.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that first video with the algae in cover with that lobophilia? Look how big she is now.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Stunning is that?
And I still have that bright yellow tracksuit right here. It's just not as happy.
Yeah, it's
or
not
big.
as big. Yeah.
This has started with a very tiny frag, the little Fabia. So yeah, it's growing really nicely. There's the new frags from Putain.
Nice.
Nice little spaghetti.
They're gorgeous.
Is that a baguette? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which brand of tiles are you using, Alisa?
You know, those ones, it says a new company. Excuse me. I actually won them at Orlando, and I was like, I'm gonna try to use them. I'll post the company information. I can't remember on top of my head. This is actually the first time I am trying those.
They look like Wonders of the Ocean, I think the name is, but I might be wrong.
Slight side note here, Ron. I was speaking to someone about these tiles the other day, and they bought a tile mold off of eBay.
So did I.
And then they just buy the reef cement and make their own.
Yes. So I did that, and I added aragonite sand in as well to try and save money on the cement and made it go further. It was actually coaster molds I bought,
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, they still were leaching all sorts of stuff. So I put them in the back of the toilet, and of course, you then just flush the toilet 5,000
Back
times
at
over a
it.
year, and it keeps on changing the water, and that worked. Sorry, Alisa.
Excellent.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, totally. So you guys see this is the blueberry field okra completely recovered from the flatworms. So
That's
happy.
amazing.
Looks lovely.
And Jim's gonna laugh at me, but I have okra on top of okra now, not just on top of Monty's.
So when you need to place a new coral, do you just like smash a hole in the Monty and then stick your new
Um,
coral in
I
there?
was
Or
going to ask that, Steve, as well. I was going to ask that. I'm intrigued because I've just smashed my Monty up because it was getting too big.
I mean,
yeah,
it
no,
looks like it.
just put it on top of it.
That's what
just
Dong did. Dong just
just
sticks some.
smash a hole in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
That
Yeah,
looks
so this
lovely.
is the Jake Adams that I won from Chris from ACI, the Immortal Tort. And I'm so stoked about it. It's finally starting to grow. But you guys can see down there on the rock, I still have a little bit of ulva that my Monty Core has been working really, really good. I added 6 or 5 more. So they've been doing a really good job. Those 2 colonies right here up front came from my local reefers, the tiny little frogs 2 years ago. So yeah. Oh, guys, you wanted to see the Garnies.
Yeah.
Yeah, show us the good stuff.
You've got
Yeah.
so many corals.
I know. I have an addiction. I'm
You
not gonna
do.
lie.
So on
Yeah.
them then, Lisa, do you dose manganese often?
Every day, 2
Yeah.
mils.
You do by hand, dear?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. There's all my bottles right here.
Yep. Cool. It's all moonshiners, yeah?
Yep.
Are you using that pro mineral at all, Lisa?
Which one? The Triton?
You had it on a shelf there, did you not? If you go back, the Tropic Marin, is it pro mineral?
No, it's Strontium.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Looked like
Oh
pro
no, it's
mineral.
okay. Yeah, my Strontium is always deficient because of the GFO that I use, so I have to dose it a little bit more. Moonshine does have its own Strontium, but I just use that every once in a while. Kind of a combination of things, you know.
Yeah.
Where
I
do you
do
keep
have
your parameters at,
custom.
Lisa?
What was that?
Where do you keep your parameters at, your main parameters? Or alkalinity, calcium?
8.5 for 420, 440.
Yeah.
And magnesium, I try to stay above 1300.
Okay.
More frogs. Frogs are everywhere.
I think what you're trying to say, Alyssa, is that you're going to buy another tank.
Yes.
Oh, my husband would not let me. No, this is
It's not
our
his
thing.
hobby anymore. It's
Yeah,
fine.
fuck them.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I
Get
wish it was that simple.
get a divorce. Who cares?
Just do
Oh,
it. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
that's
True
true.
story.
I don't see how in maybe in some years, but I really enjoy this tank. And I enjoy sharing the corals with my local reefers here.
But
I
what the
just,
fuck are you going to do with all the frags, Elisa? What are you going
oh,
to do? You're going to buy more. What are you going to do?
I'll buy more. I still buy more.
Yeah.
You know it.
There's always space, isn't there? You always make
Yeah.
room.
I just actually my local reefer, 2 of my good friends just opened another shop here. So I'm sure they would love to take stuff from me and, I can just take credits or get
No,
fish
you'll buy
food.
more.
Buy more?
You will not be giving anything away. You'll be coming home with stuff.
To be fair, you've got a lot of
I'll,
space on the
I'll be,
Monty cap there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just load that Monty cap up right there.
that's it, yeah. It's begging for more, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah. And that was my experiment, actually. I did graft it purple and green, and I throw a red on top of it. Science experiments. You guys, this has just happened. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but one of my torches bailed. I think it's the high phosphate. It's finally kicking in.
How high is high?
0.5 right now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so did you double test and it did come back at
Mm-hmm.
0.5? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Use Hannah checkers or
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, what's this the
I still
tank?
wouldn't say
Oh.
it's like too high, if I'm honest with you. I know plenty of people which run 1 point, and above with no issue.
really?
Yeah. Sean's being one of them. What's his bloody name now? Sean Russell. What's his successful reef aquariums?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been renowned all his years of keeping acro high end. He runs phosphate through the roof. You wouldn't even believe it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm panicking here at 0.16. I think that's
Yeah,
too much.
that's yeah, but I always struggle with higher phosphate in this tank. I don't know if you guys want to see a sump.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best bit.
So I do use a little zeolite from Aquaforest that's sitting here in the mesh. Socks, some media. So since my hippo's starting to develop really bad HLLE, I added the Miracle mod about 6 months ago, but it's not helping.
Really.
Skimmer, super dirty. I didn't clean anything.
Which
There you
carbon
go.
do you use, Alisa? Because that is carbon 100% caused HLLE by my tanks.
You think so?
Oh, it did.
I ran Polypleb carbon for years, and now I'm trying that new moonshine stuff, that CAC. What is that?
Yes. Yeah.
You know which one I'm
The
talking
very
about.
expensive carbon.
Yes, very expensive carbon. I bought a whole box of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, it's really simple. Nothing crazy. I have 2 heaters down there. I still have that pump that for the UV I haven't been on for a long time. Probably should pull it out and clean it here.
How
Summer
often do you change
projects.
How often do you change the socks out?
Every 3 days.
3 days. And what's your nitrates currently?
34.
Oh, okay.
How do you
Yep.
find the Red Sea gate valve for keeping the tank quiet?
Oh, don't it remind me. Should have changed that long time ago, but every once in a while I'll pull this thing out and clean it, but it's stable. Every once in a while I'll go crazy for out of the blue, but I mean it's working.
That's not bad.
Yeah. You just have to keep the right levels up top so it doesn't gurgle. Oh, when it starts to gurgle, that's the worst.
At least your pipes are actually fitted the right way.
Yeah, so this is the sump, and this is the electrician nightmare.
Cleaner than
The
my
bomb.
That looks like my cabinet.
Yeah.
I do have a battery backup, and this is the
Yeah,
ozone
buddy.
generator.
Nice.
A very posh looking ozone generator there and controller.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you running through the battery backup? Your whole system, or just a return pump, or?
Not the return pump, just the gyri and another wave maker. I thought about putting my return pump on there.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I'll get it one day. So far, everything survived after 5-hour outage. I'm glad I have this battery.
Is
Yeah.
that
As soon as
an Yingli ozone generator?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've got a question from Matt. He's saying, running moonshine, constant GFO and carbon, do you have any fear of loss of traces?
Yes. So, and I've been doing this for 3 years. GFO, it will suck up some. Definitely strontium is the number one that it will suck it up. And I know my level, so I'll just adjust it. It's no big deal. Um, I know it will probably suck up some of the manganese a little bit, and maybe a few other, the GFO. But as far as the carbon, I don't see a huge impact on that. There's a good article actually by Osiyama, and I can post it later. They did an experiment and they tested all the media and absorption on what absorbed what. So that was a really good one.
Yes, I spoke to Dong about that. It was interesting.
Yeah, so I have another cabinet that I found on Marketplace for $50 and $30. Some of the granite places that I found a piece that I just throw on top of it. And this is my other cabinet where another mess. Adjust it a little bit.
So you're running a Trident. So are you doing Trident controlled dosing?
No. Well, actually, I do for part 2, Ron. You're right. So
Okay.
if my alk will go above 8.5, my part 2 would not dose, and if it's below, it will kick in. Yep.
Okay. But you're not using it for magnesium.
No, magnesium I hardly ever have to adjust. Maybe every 2 months or so, actually.
And is that
And
UV to the left there, that gigantic black tube?
yeah,
Hold on. What wattage is that?
50 watts.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
It's a shame
Yeah,
we
it's
can
the
get them in the UK. They look like
Pe-
really good units as well.
They do.
Pentair, right? Pentair. Do you guys have Pentair?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I looked at them when Ryan from BRS was doing his dream build in his new house, which he's now moved away from. I looked up Pentair, and the size of the units in comparison to what we have here are just so nice and compact, a bit like Droptronic.
So why do you have two RO chambers top ups?
This is my calcwiser. Should last me for 8 days. Yeah, and this is the ATO reservoir here.
And what method are you using for your calc?
As far as
how are you dosing it? Is it controlled by pH, or do you just have it run on a reverse cycle?
I don't do calc for pH. I do calc to maintain my alkalinity and calcium. Because when I was starting at Moonshine after a year, I could not keep up with those little containers with part 2, and it was just getting so expensive. So the way I started it, I based it on the evaporation. I used to use ATO as my calc, but I know it's hard on pumps. So I kind of experimented for about 3 months, and then I switched it completely. So I added ATO separately, and I've got that single head Versa pump here. This one is actually for calcium. I'm using this guy for the calcwiser, yes, because it's easy to adjust the containers on the so yeah, this is the tank, the beast.
What a beautiful system. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But you've definitely slightly outgrown it. So I don't want to cause a marriage breakdown, right? But you're either going to have to upgrade or maybe even get a frag tank. I mean, you did say in your presentation that was a possibility.
Yeah. This Miyagi Tort, look how big it is. If I can just get rid of that, start regrowing, and get rid of that, start regrowing again. Start with the small frag. Chop up some of that Monty that in the back that is completely crazy outgrowing. Chop that up. Chop that one up. Get rid of that, some of it. I think I'll be okay.
For a week.
Yeah. But that's going to
You're
fill
okay to
more than a
me.
frag tank. That's
Yup.
unless it's a 6-foot frag tank.
I think I would just punch some holes in the Monty cap.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, and chuck your frags in there, let them grow out.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Hey,
Hey,
Melinda.
Melinda.
I'm so
Hello.
sorry.
It's okay.
I
It's
was
probably
asleep.
yeah. It's so late for you.
It's like
Give us
it's
all
night time.
a public
No,
apology, Melinda.
A public apology. Please don't put me on camera.
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
It's your punishment.
Like I've literally
There
got
we go.
sleep in my eyes. It's 6 a.m. I'd slept in. Don't do it, Ron. You bastard.
Hi, Melinda.
I'm so tired. No, I slept in. I don't know how I've slept past 5 a.m. for the first time in like 3 months.
I mean, that's what normal people do, Melinda.
I know. I
So-
was up late.
What could we do to punish her?
Spank me.
Oh dear.
God, I'm so sorry, Alisa.
Oh, don't worry about it. I know
I just-
it's way too early for you.
No, I'm just lying there. I could hear the phone vibrating because it's on silent, and I'm going, "What's my phone doing?"
Ron,
Yeah.
this is the green slimer right here.
Yes, that's the actual green slimer.
Mm-hmm. I've got it.
Oh, look at that fish!
Blue face copeting.
He's beautiful.
I'm so sorry. My
And we
dog,
dorsal fin.
my dog keeps sneezing.
I can't even hear him.
Are you done?
So when you blamed Bernadette earlier, was it actually your dog?
No, everyone's fucking sneezing, but me, and I'm the one with hay fever. It's bizarre.
You got 2 joys for flow.
Yep.
See them on the back there as well. What's that on the back?
They on each side actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 joyers. What else you got? Or is that it?
And the Octo too.
Oh yeah.
Just a small little pump right there. I should add more flow probably on this side as well. Maybe additional flow wouldn't hurt.
It looks like it
Lovely.
really likes the amount of flow you have, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
That
What kind of percentage are you running at?
You know, when they clean, they only run 50. When they get dirty, they up to 100. You're like, I gotta clean those.
yes.
How often do you clean those?
I want to say probably 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Not bad.
So
Yeah.
you done what I've done then, is bought spare cages, spare blades, and you just swap them out.
That's what I
And
do.
then, yeah.
I don't think that was by choice though. One of them died.
Yeah.
It's funny, the word gyre is one of those ones that when I'm struggling to work out how I pronounce something that I've never heard of or never said before, I'll type it into Google and it'll give you an actual audio of somebody saying it. Gyre is the only word I've ever typed in that even Google has a brain fart and is like, I don't know. Fuck off and just make it up.
It just says penis.
I love that. I love that blue acro there. I'm pointing to my screen like a wanker. That blue one right there.
Or Oregon
Look
Tort.
where I'm pointing. Yes.
Oregon Tort. Yeah, one of my favorite, one of really blue ones.
Yeah, Dustin's cousin.
Oh my
or,
God, I forgot to mention I have Royal Grandma on
You
my
do.
presentation.
You do.
Are you sure?
We spotted that.
She's a
I think that was
shark.
right first fish I spotted.
She bites
And
me.
Mealy. I spotted that.
So this is the Callid Tort right there. That came from Reef Bomb. Super pumped about it. While he was still selling corals, I bought some. And then on top of that, I have that's the acro that came from Tidal Gardens. And the pink bird nest came from 2C Joe corals. He finally sent me some corals. I was so excited about it. I stalk people on social media to send me some stuff.
You definitely do, don't you?
Yes. Well, I was such a big fan of him. I was like, hey, I'll send you corals, and kind of dropped the ball, and we haven't talked in a while. And then Paula posted something, and I see that pink bird nest. I was like, Joe. So
What euphyllia is that on the left there? Is that hammers or frogs? I want to work out.
this is my hammer garden, but that
Yeah.
green one, it is a frog spawn.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Do you see how big those are?
Mm.
And how little this guy is? And about the same time. And I don't know what's
Really?
going on with this. Yeah. I have
That's
to pull
growing.
it out, inspect it, because I haven't grown for 2 years. I don't know what's going on. And I think that was probably one of the meliculture. It was an aquaculture piece that I got. So interesting.
Does look a little bit chody.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's struggling, needs some help. Or maybe because I changed the light. It doesn't like the light.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Fuck's sake. Ron, you started something. It's your fault. I
I'm
was being
sorry.
fucking so well behaved.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on. How old's the copper
Don't
band?
ever change.
Copper band is 2 years old.
2. That's good.
Wow. It's
Mhm.
looking nice.
Doing well, yeah.
Yeah. Which is one of my favorite, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're
Favorite fish.
magnificent looking fish.
It is.
Absolutely amazing.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? I tried one, but it only lasted 6 months. I've given up.
Yeah. It's hard. My first one didn't make it either, so this was my second trial.
Yeah. John Wright's getting one in and see how he goes on.
That's why I go for the long-nosed yellow butterflies. I think they're just a little bit hardier than the copper bands.
Mm.
I think the tank bred ones are not far away, and I think that will change everything.
Be more
Yeah, but we
hardy,
ca-
probably.
We
Yeah, I
can't
hope
get them
so.
here. Our import laws are backwards that we can't get tank bred fish. We're
Yes,
going to get wild.
absolutely fucking bonkers.
I'm
I
going to
only
talk
find
about
chodes
this
here
little
too.
fish, the leopard rust that I have. That was actually a female, and I watched it transition into a male. That was pretty
Lovely.
cool.
You don't
Yeah.
have another female in there?
No, this is the yellow tamarin rust. It's my Gemarian. This is my gem rust. Gemarian.
Germanian?
Gemarian. Gemtang.
Yeah,
Pattern looks like the gemtangs. So we call them Gemarian.
very pretty.
They're not as popular here, the tamarin wrasse, as you guys. Like over there, it seems every one of you have one in your tank, and I don't see them very often here.
You know, the reason he was actually added to my tank, when the tank was suckling, and you know, all the rocks were covered in those white tube worms. It was like one of those things. I still have them in my sump, but the rocks were completely
Oh.
covered. And my my dealer at that point, who I get all my QT fish from, she recommended getting him because he will just decimate him, and he sure did. He cleaned up all of my rocks.
Those white tube worms can be a right pain in the dick.
Yeah, they just look ugly.
They do.
I mean, I know they're harmless, but they just look ugly. My whole tank, all the rock structure was covered in them.
They
So ugly.
they choke my bio blocks in my sump. So I've got the max spec ones, which are basically the same size as your polyp lab ones over there. And I've printed little racks, and the actual gaps between each block that the racks make gets clogged with those worms to the point that I take 4 blocks out at a time. I fill a bucket with tank water, and I just rub the bricks together. And the bottom inch of the bucket, after I've rubbed all the bricks together, it's just full of
Yeah.
the
You
tubes.
see that it's still on my...
Yes.
Yeah, you weren't joking when you said you weren't going to clean your sump for this.
I actually did clean the glass.
I was going to say, it does look clean.
It looks okay to me.
It looks clean
Look
to
at
me.
the bottom. Look at the bottom. Look at
Yeah.
all the crap.
Mel
Oh.
throwing shade, and she's like,
Oh,
I did
see
clean
it?
it though.
That's my big fireworm.
Oh,
It's always in
yeah.
there.
Oh, Mr. Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Cuddles.
Hey, what is that called?
He's a
Lick it.
fireworm.
Lick it. Do it live.
Ron, that worm
Oh
is
God,
what's in the
I'll be
acropoly I was
dead,
talking about.
Melinda.
So why have you stuck with socks? Why are you refusing to go to the filter roller route?
Now that I've been thinking about for the last year.
Game changer. Do it.
I know. The thing is though, I'm really, really one of those reefer who I hate to make changes to my tank.
Yeah.
Because I am so worried about everything, but filter roller is another thing, and I get it. And with the high nutrients that I'm struggling with, I think filter roller is going to be my next step too.
You just
What's the
don't want
worst
to
that could
spend
happen?
money on anything other than corals.
Pretty much.
I reckon if you frag up what you were talking about fragging and sell that on, that'll probably fund a roller mat.
And another one.
It was a game changer.
I sold this before that's why I went to Reefapalooza to Orlando. I sold half of that colony. It's like, yeah, I'm going for it.
How are you liking your roller filter, Dave?
Well, obviously I'm to the bigger one now, but yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really good. I don't know why the hell I didn't do it years ago.
Yep, totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
My friend actually bought me a kit to cut my sump so I can install the roller mat a year ago.
Don't do what I did and get mixed blades up. I fucked up massively on the first attempt. I nearly cut my finger off.
Which one? No, I used I have the Red Sea kit.
Yeah, same. But I didn't realize it come with different blades in it. So I was like,
Stanley blade and
I used
like a feeler gauge.
I did that. I sharded the glass. I was like, fuck, I'm bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they got these micro thin blades. That's stupid.
Yeah, they put an instruction video you can watch too.
Yeah, I'm a man.
Dave just fucking went for it.
Yeah.
No, I was terrified when I did mine, but I watched the video and I was just like, oh, this is easy. And then I did the one at work in the UK tank as well and took out all the baffles of that. And it's just like, it took like 5-10 minutes. It was just so fast you can get it done.
Nope, it's the pygmy wrest.
Oh dear.
I went too sharp. You couldn't really see coloration properly on it.
He's hiding all the time. He's hard to catch. Or take a video of.
So why do you run carbon? Can I ask that?
What was that?
Why do you run carbon? What's the benefits of running carbon?
Well, since I wasn't doing water changes, so I helped with the clarity of the tank for the first couple of years, and I just I don't know. But I never used like a recommended amount. I would always use like half, and I wouldn't replace every month. I would do it every 2 months. And but now with that new expensive carbon, supposed to help with the DOC.
That's the stuff you were talking about, Melinda.
Yep.
Yeah. And actually it stabilized my DOC ever since I started using it, but I'm not seeing it going down, so I'm probably going to send another test here in a couple of weeks just to see where I'm standing.
This makes me want a mixed reef tank. I've never had one, but this is really inspiring me to think about another tank, which is just the last thing I need.
Isn't yours mixed reef in the office?
Well,
yeah, it is.
It's got one row of acants, which were never planned to go in there.
That's officially a mixed reef.
Yeah, I'd call that a mixed reef.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But no, I've never owned a torch coral. Ever.
Really?
Nope. I only have a hammer because I was given it for free and it's in my observation tank. I've never owned a chalice. I've never owned a favia. There's so many corals I've never tried. I've never owned a cataphilia. It's
really
mint. Yeah. I don't know why I've never owned an elegance and I've seen.
Have you seen the purple black ones?
Yes.
They're a lot more finicky, but God, they're beautiful.
You can get one of them, Melinda.
Yeah, I can, but I can't.
Just sell a lung or something.
No, I've got fish that eat it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right.
They destroyed all my hammers. They just went to town and ate it all. So if I put a elegance in there, they're going to do the same.
and of course you're a fish person first, aren't you?
Yeah.
be
Well, at the
fair, I
moment,
am.
it's good that I am because I have no corals left.
What happened to the ones that you just recently added, Melinda, that came the melliculture stuff?
They're all fucking gone.
Oh, I'm so
man.
Oh,
sorry.
she's doing the laugh in case she cries thing.
Yeah,
Look,
I think
she's having a
that's
I'm also
breakdown
crying.
live.
Just laugh it
No,
out, Mel. Laugh it out.
it's been 2 weeks of half lighting, like removing all the white, the red, the green, turning off the T5s. There's just
Oh,
You're not having much
so
luck lately, are
sorry.
you? Think just let your tank run for 6 months and let it.
the tank's
Let it
been running for 5 years.
No, I mean like adding new coral and losing them. You don't want to do that, do you? So
Yeah, no, I made the decision that like even though I missed Fragorama this year because I did my back the day before, I'm leaving it a full year and I'm not buying coral until Fragorama next year.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
Um,
let it sit out.
yeah, and I've had
Alisa
friends
is
of mine.
now just shivering in a corner thinking, not buying a coral for a year.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
buying
right.
coral for a year.
Is she kidding?
Unless I see a Dustin's cousin, because that was the worst coral that I lost. Like everything else I was fine with, but losing my Dustin's cousin that I've taken 2 years to finally get a piece.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful. It was like the tort that you were just showing. It's Australia's version of it. Yeah, it stripped only 4 days ago. And that was just the final straw for me. It was just like, oh.
Your ICP came back okay, didn't it?
Yeah, my ICP's fine.
Weird, isn't it?
No,
Weird.
it's the biome.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
biome's just.
It sounds exactly like what Liam is going through. He was messaging me today again, and he's just losing all of his SPS. The whole
Oh
lot.
no.
They're all going.
It's disheartening when that happens.
Yep.
Well, now I've also like the original thing was I thought I had cyano in one of the nanos, which is what I treated, and then it turned into the dinos. Now that nano is definitely covered in cyano. Like it's just the sand is completely coated, and it's just
Did that all stem from when your elk dropped?
I think the stress of the elk drop is a part of it. I
Yeah.
can't say that it was the cause of it. I put it down to. I'm so sorry, Alyssa, that I'm taking over your chat.
Oh no. I'm glad somebody else have to talk now, not me.
It is fascinating, though, because like if your reef's been running for years with no issues.
Yeah, well, no, I did a rescape at Christmas time, and I'd added the 2 nano tanks either side, and I put all the old rock into those nanos, put the new scape in, and I think like I was taking a little bit of rock out at a time, a little bit of rock out, a little bit of rock out, and I think I just took all the old rock out just a little bit too fast. That had all the good bacteria and shit on it, even though I thought I was doing it slow.
Wasn't when you were trying to clean your sand as well, was it?
Oh, that was another thing as well. Like I took out so much sand and added new sand. So
fucking hell, Melinda.
You've done
That's
too
the
much too
biggest
quick.
surface area.
I
That's
was
what it is.
trying to get my tank ready for a tank tour.
The curse, the curse.
Now the curse can only happen after.
The curse completely came and fucked me up. I should have just done what Alyssa did and said, book me in for a week's time.
Yeah, just get it over and done with.
So the
No,
curse
it's
came
not.
early because of the time zone difference.
It could have been because I live in the future. But yeah, giving me a couple of months to prepare, I destroyed everything. It all came crashing down.
I did a
Sorry,
search.
Melinda.
Dustin's cousin is my Aggie tort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's as close to it as we can get.
Okay.
Without it being a bum coral.
A bum coral?
How do you think we get all the named corals into Australia?
Boofed.
It's a bum coral when it's got the American name, because
But
that's how
sure,
it arrived.
but surely the temperature then is kept a little bit too high.
I thought
Yeah.
that too, but yeah, maybe it's a water bottle, but we just call them bum corals.
So, Lisa, what's your favourite coral in there? That's what I want to know.
Uh,
This hour.
One. What's your
there,
favourite coral?
I think I like them all. I don't have favorites.
Oh,
That's the
come
problem.
on.
Well, that's
Play
a
There's
the
got to
cop
be
game.
one.
out.
There's got to be one.
Wank,
I
wank,
do like
wank.
Gonies. I do like
Yeah,
Gonies.
yeah.
I think that's because they were the most challenging coral for me to grow.
Is there a particular one or?
Oh, just all of them. I
Yeah,
think I started with 5 at one point and only 1 left. Then I tried 2 more, and then I tried Maze Bowl that was doing great for 6 months and then just died out of the blue.
You did.
I just one of those corals I always have a hard time with.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
of getting the maze balls
They
next.
cannot
That's
be
my next one.
anywhere near any other
Yeah.
gonies.
You have to keep them separate.
Yeah,
don't you?
that's what I heard.
I
Mhm.
have one, and it is in a completely separate tank.
Is it doing well?
It's doing really well.
Yeah.
Thriving.
That's awesome. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Is it
So
of a
moment-
fraggable size yet?
It's. I'll be honest. It's not far away. I reckon I'll get 4 out of it by the end of the summer.
Nice.
Have you seen how small Shane Coleman cuts them?
No.
Shane Coleman cuts them into smaller than your pinky nail.
Yeah,
size
like
with
this
his
one
drag
right
on
here.
it.
Penis.
Yes. That would have been
Like
way
this.
funnier.
Yeah,
Oh, what's
yeah,
that?
smaller than that.
The Goni freebie that I got, trying to grow out, little red one.
A freebie.
Nice.
Was that stalking somebody? You got a freebie?
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
I like
I
that
need you to move
highlighter
to
gunny there.
Australia.
Yeah. Let's highlight the gunnies.
Yeah, the highlighter at the front is very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great one.
So this amount of corals and that amount of water volume does remind me a wee bit of your tank, Steve, not gonna lie. But you've just bought another tank, so it's all good. So Alisa,
Yeah.
come on.
And Steve getting another tank in you, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. I know.
You got room. You got room there as well for another one, didn't you? You to go bigger.
Well, she's gonna buy a roller filter
I got
by
Mr.
the end
Chili
of
in
this
there.
tour.
Yeah. You got room there for a 13-foot there.
If not, you've still got room for a little Cade X tank next to it. Just move your trident.
Yeah.
Got a big one. Done.
Yeah.
What tank
Oh,
you
we'll
brought,
see.
Steve?
Sorry?
What tank you brought?
I just got a little Red Sea 170.
Okay.
So Alisa, what salt are you using?
Red Sea Blue
not.
Bucket.
Okay.
But you don't water change.
Every so often. I clean the sump, I think last time I did it was a long time ago. I can't remember.
She used Blue Bucket a couple of years ago and hasn't looked back.
Still out in the
Right.
garage.
Yeah, I'm on the bandwagon as well. I don't water change.
Actually, you know what? I only bought salt 3 times for the last 4 years.
That is mental.
Wow.
I buy it
Yeah.
by the pallet.
I use
Well, you
more
have a
salt for my
farm.
phyto than for my tank.
Yeah, 3rd of August last time. I just checked. 3rd of August last time I changed. So
It did started with the Tropic Marin though. And
so
then
did I. So did I.
yeah, me.
yeah.
What made you change?
Well, when the whole fiasco happened, I just
Yeah.
well, I'm out of salt. I'm just gonna get Red Sea Blue Bucket
Oh, you
because
mean
it was a
Turkey Gate.
Yeah.
yeah.
Gobble, gobble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I moved around that as well to aquatics, but
I've just picked up my first trade sack of Nios to try.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. The pure.
Mm.
I really liked it. I think I'm going to move to that next time. Guys,
Yeah, I
They're
like
the
it.
same price as the Red Sea.
Yeah,
Cheaper.
a little bit cheaper.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
but slightly smaller box.
I think it's still cheaper for the amount of water
Yes,
that you make.
it is.
Very, very slightly.
Yeah.
What about the trace and all that? Did anybody measure it yet?
I didn't
Compared
send
to
an
the Red Sea?
ICP away, but I know the main parameters were very close to Red Sea Blue Bucket.
Okay.
I noticed the NIOS stuff doesn't have alarmingly high levels of zinc like my Red Sea Blue Bucket did.
I see, that's weird. I've never had an issue with Red Sea Blue Bucket.
Yeah, that's why I
I'm always
changed
low
to
on
NIOS.
zinc.
Yeah.
My mouth's closed.
I'm going to say, I know a few
I'm not
people
the
that have had
only one.
issues with it, but
Gaz, did you say briefly there you used Aquatics?
Aquatics Pro Reef, yeah, that's the sort currently used when we do a water change.
I used that for about a year.
Yeah, I
used
remember you
it years
saying.
ago.
Yeah, it's and you used to get a free towel.
Mm.
Yeah, it's cheap as chips as well, isn't it? It's
very
half the
cheap.
price. It's very cheap, and it does the job, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think
I'd say-
unless you're running a high-end SBS system,
Yeah.
it's lacking a wee bit in that. But see, just like when I had mostly softies and a few LPS years ago, it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah. I've only got a few sticks anyway, but mine are growing quite well on the outdoor elements tonight, you know. But they're doing quite well. Everything seems to be taking off there, to be honest. I've noticed a few corals that are starting to grow.
Oh, your tank tour's coming up. Don't you worry, guys.
Yeah.
No. Does anyone have any other questions for Alisa?
You guys see the...
Yeah, can we start from the beginning?
Yeah,
Can I have a
rewind.
piece of Slimer?
on the flatworms, do you find that the wrassies help with flatworms?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I was blasting with the flow of this colony right here. God, the amount of flatworms came out of it.
Yeah.
My royal grandma was in heaven.
Yeah.
She was loving those flatworms.
Yeah.
Can you get Springer Eye dams also?
No, I probably could.
Grab a couple of them. Like if you're not planning on adding more fish, because they are, well, they're damsels, so they're a bastard, but they're not as bad as normal damsels, and they're very good for flatworm control. The
Can you
Springer
just
Eyes.
say bastard again, Melinda?
No.
Oh, come on.
Only if you say 6, Ron.
6.
Exactly. I was gonna say that, Steve.
What's wrong with how I say bastard?
No, it's just-
bastard.
Bastard.
How did I say it? Bastard.
Yeah, it just sounds aggressive.
I am aggressive. Rawr. But yeah, Springer Eyes are well known for, well, not well known because people don't like damsels, but they're very good for flatworm control.
Yeah,
Can't get
no,
some Australian
I was
caught ones.
I was lucky. All of my Rosses were eating them, and Royal Grandma as well. So that was a
I didn't know that, you
bonus.
know. I didn't know Royal Grandma liked flatworms.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, didn't know that. You taught me something new. I didn't know that.
Well, we now know that somebody's got a gold flake angel that eats Aptasia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 people.
Oh, yeah.
Putting some more in.
Crazy.
Putting a lot more in this afternoon.
Aptasia
Nice.
or gold flakes?
Aptasia.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
Did you say you know someone else, Steve? 2 people.
Yeah, I can't remember who the other one was. Someone else was mentioning
Someone said
it.
in the stream, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what stream it was on or what now, but
I asked Krustix, he's got one, if he's did it as well. And he said, I've never had Aptasia in tank. Now he says he's never had it in it at all in 10 years, which I find slightly hard to believe. So I understand that maybe his gold flake is eating it as well.
I remember Krusty talking about it at Love to Reef as well. So that's 3 now. 3 people that have said gold flake eats Aptasia.
I need to get him nailed down for a tank tour. What a system.
Yes. Amazing.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very nice. So any other questions for Alisa?
I've got a question. Do you give your presentation to like other places or did you prepare that especially for us?
Especially for you guys.
Wow.
I didn't want to.
Was PowerPoint when it was PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
just
assumed
wanted.
you gave talks on your tank to people, so you used your PowerPoint. But yeah, hats off to you if you did it just for us.
I will insert the Wayne's World "We Are Not Worthy" gif.
How many dicks got drawn?
Oh, that's funny. You should
Holiday!
mention that.
Like, how many drew the balls first? Like, that was what I was wanting to watch this for. Sorry, I wanted to see Elisa's tank.
Right, hold
But
on.
I knew she was doing it.
Let's play a game, Melinda, before we wrap this up. Who on the screen right now do you think drew a dick?
Steve.
Holy shit. Steve, your reputation precedes you.
Well, come on. He didn't draw the whole dick.
That's
Did he
true.
go balls first?
No, just balls deep.
Steve.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
pretty
a
funny.
5 out of 10 for a penis, to be honest with you, Steve. Got to up your penis game.
I'm sorry. We'll get fucking Tony Hart here.
Rolf Harris, mate.
Rolf Harris.
We've definitely got Rolf Harris here, haven't we?
Fuck
Well,
off.
Ron Harris, really.
Susan Boyle.
Ron Clarkson, if you will. 'Cause that's the one I
Have you-
looked at and thought, I'm going that way.
Have you watched? No, sorry,
yet.
this is the wrong time to be asking.
Not yet. Not yet.
We all
I'm
know
not
what
sure
you
like
meant,
it.
what you're going to say, though.
Clarkson's Farm 4 is what I was going to say.
He was in it. He didn't even
Yeah, I
watch it,
know.
did he?
Fuck off, Dave.
I'm not allowed to give any spoilers, so I've been
No.
wanting to just go, oh
No
my god,
spoilers.
but
I
I'm not
wait
allowed.
all year for that show. I love it.
One of the things that I've never actually watched yet. Some move to
What?
watch list.
It's very good.
You need to watch it, Lee. It's one of those shows that I think literally anybody could enjoy, no matter what your taste is.
I did get told I sounded like one of the lads in it, you know, his helper.
Gerald.
Accent and not being able to understand. I think it was Jim said that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gerald's just like proper
Yeah.
deep Cornish, isn't he?
Mm.
But they do fuck around with editing to make him sound way worse.
Yeah. I've got a question, Alyssa.
Yeah.
You can go
Sure.
back
So-
to your face now, Alisa.
No.
Yes,
This is kind of like the
show us
main
your
important
face.
question of any tour.
Go
Oh,
on, Dave.
no.
Here it comes.
What don't you want to die in the tank?
You're such a negative fucker.
Well, I says, what's your favourite coral? Which is the same thing, isn't it?
Oh, Gaz.
Sorry, what was the question? What?
What what don't you want to die in the tank?
I just asked it
Because
Obviously, curse at tank top. Someone's going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a torch right now that is dying. So honestly, any corals that I get very sensitive. I feel like, you know, I take care of those animals and they're my priority, and something dies. It's just it's heartbreaking. It's hard for me. So hopefully none, knock on wood. So shame on you, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Someone has to ask it, and the midget has to, right?
True. Yeah. No, things happen sometimes. You know how it is. It's reefing.
Certainly does.
Just develop mental illness and then laugh about it as you watch the whole world come crashing down.
Been there.
But on the positive note of it, tank curse corals do come back.
Mm.
My one is surviving and coming back with a vengeance, which is good.
So the tank tour is wholly self-inflicted. If you go and do things to your tank that you don't normally, because you're so egotistical that everything has to be
Perfect.
just leave it alone. Let it run. The whole point in this is that we all learn. So just leave it alone.
Yeah.
True.
Also, don't have it fucking filthy.
Yeah.
Let's find a middle ground.
Next one, just like with the whole glass, you can't see inside it. Yep, that's my tank, guys.
There
See
you
later.
go.
Would it be funny? I actually thought about it. I was like, should I clean the glass or should I just start the tour tank with cleaning my glass?
You should have left it like completely covered and just drawn a dick on it.
Well, Dave actually wrote the word trout in his tank, but fucked it up.
I fucked it up.
And then had to clean it off.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been letting the diatoms build up in the glass since swapping to the new tank. And yeah, because the live was there. I thought, fuck, I can't sit on the live for 2 hours and it looking complete and utter shit. Yeah, so I thought, well, Rob said to me, he said, write the word trout in it. I was like, oh, yeah, could do. And I fucked it up because I tried to do it backwards and it didn't look right on the screen. I was like, ah, fuck's sake. So
I do love how everyone has embraced the word trout.
Yeah, it's now a thing. It's now a thing. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up. Alisa, thank you so much for letting us see your tank. There is definitely more to
Stunning
come.
tank and some beautiful fish in there, love.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's just all.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for the opportunity.
And thanks for joining Reefy AF. You fitted in just perfectly.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
Thank you.
You
Thanks for
are
having me.
Reefy as fuck. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We will see you in the next one. I need to get Salty Banter Live 3 booked in. So I'll be
I
in
can't
touch.
wait.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm sure there will be more to come. We appreciate every last one of you. Hit like and subscribe, it's the least you can do. Reefy AF Tank Tours, get in touch if you'd like to give us a tour of yours. Join our Discord channel and join in the fun. Talk reefing and nonsense, although most just run.
What's up?
What's up, Emma? How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good.
I have a present for you guys.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, is it your
Oh
helmet?
my God, she's doing it. I love it.
fantastic.
Nice helmet.
Thank you.
Did you polish it before coming on?
No, it's dusty as hell.
A dusty helmet. That's what you
Yeah.
want. Good evening, Dave, Gaz, and Lee. How are we?
Not bad, how are you?
Not bad. Good to see you all. You all ready for this insane tour?
Of course, my fucking laptop starts updating. Suck a dick.
Ron,
Fuck.
Hey, Gaz.
how you doing?
Not bad. You?
Yeah, I'm alright, man.
You're rocking the Reefers Network t-shirt?
Yeah, you got it, ain't you?
Oh, you finally got one then?
Yeah, I've had a shirt for ages. I'm on the list for a hoodie though.
Ah, yeah.
How do you get one of those?
Murder someone.
It's not easy. I mean, it took me 6 months to get one.
I wear it at Rap Orlando. Everybody's like, oh, okay.
And we got no new members.
I know.
Oh, no.
None.
We had
Instead.
-5.
I must did something wrong.
Somebody did actually leave this week. Matty, bye. Oh, and he's away. That was quick.
I'm disappointed in fact that I posted it loads of times on Ecotech Expert, but I only got one member out of it, which were Alicia. But at least we got a really nice one.
Well, I mean, that's up for debate.
Well, yeah. You got to be polite, aren't you?
See how the tank tour goes first.
I did a thing today.
Oh, what did you do?
You know.
Yeah.
Kind of bought another tank.
Yeah!
Have you really?
Not
You've done it?
what you're thinking. Not what you're thinking.
Hold on, Reefing News. Steve's got a new tank.
Hi, cutie.
Hey!
This is Holly. It's my youngest.
Hey, Holly.
Katie's baby.
Hi, Holly.
Hi.
You ever been to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting before?
Oh, where's my nose?
5 minutes. Upstairs. Here's the other one.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your
Is
name?
your number one fan, Ron? Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Hello.
She's coming to Aqua H just to meet you.
Never meet your heroes.
That's what she told me. Can I come to Aqua? Can I come to Aqua in September, Dad? I want to meet Ron. What are her words?
I loved your nose there, Lee.
I ain't got one, so I'm using me Jeff.
That's like an entire face.
Jim.
How are you?
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Jim.
How are you doing, buddy?
Yes.
How's that giant penis working out for you, Jim?
Oh, I'm so sore.
Oh. But it will now match your massive nuts.
Yeah. Right. Fucking camera doesn't work sideways. I don't know why.
Are you home?
How are you guys? Yeah, I'm home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really
yeah,
good
I'm
to
home.
see you.
How
Good to see you
feel?
guys. I'm just tired. I'll probably turn my camera off and just watch, but no laughing. I think laughing will hurt. You got like a 6-inch incision right down the center.
I'll stay quiet then, Jim.
You've picked the right stream if you don't want to laugh.
Yeah, I know.
True that.
You better log off, Jim.
Where is Mel?
Sleeping probably. Gosh, it's so late for
She
her.
is not getting away with that. Everybody at Melinda, please.
Ring, ring.
I've just written at Melon.
So I've got to ask, Dan, how far away are you from your tank so you look like a normal-sized human being?
I know, yeah.
He
was
sat
telling me that
poorly.
story, Lee. Me and Lee were standing there talking. He was like,
It's not. It's. I can touch the front panel, so.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
your
that-
arms are like 3 times length of mine, and I've got long arms. What am I like?
well, are you 6'6", Dan? Gotta be 6'6".
No, about 6'4". 6'4".
Oh, okay.
That's how tall I am.
Yeah.
You're 6'4".
Yeah.
Fuck this.
How
I'm getting
tall are
out of
you,
here.
David?
What's that?
A bit
Dave's-
smaller than 6'4".
Dave's just the 4.
4?
No, am I fuck?
There's the lemons.
Jesus Christ. I had to put up this all last weekend as well. Motherfuckers.
Yes. Gosh, I have her for 2.5 years now, I think. Close to 3 years now. And when I got her, she was
Oh,
like
somebody's
tiny,
drawn a
tiny.
dick on your presentation. It's Steve.
Everyone was being so well behaved. Sorry.
I completely forgot you could do that.
Who was it that gave an actual space on the screen for drawing them? Was
That
it
was
you?
me.
Steve.
How do we get rid of it?
I don't know. I was just trying to work that out.
Is it there forever now?
I'm sorry.
During the tank tour.
I mean, you've got to finish it at least, Steve, for fuck's sake.
That's right.
Oh, no, well, let me finish it now. I can't do anything now.
Now Lee is drawing. No! Stop it!
He's finishing.
Well, at least it looks a bit more realistic.
Sorry, Alicia.
How do we get rid of the penis on the screen?
That's okay. Doesn't bother me.
Do you want to stop screen sharing and start screen sharing again? That might wipe it out and everyone just fucking behave or remove the screen sharing. You mutants.
Right, there's an eraser.
Oh, who's erasing it? Where do I get
Me.
it? Oh.
Oh,
There's an eraser in the toolkit.
Gone.
There's a toolkit to get rid of the penis. I like it.
Stephen, I hope you're ashamed of yourself.
I'll hang my head in shame.
Shocking. Sorry, Alisa. On you go.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I think
On
Dave
this-
said he was, once he finished his wank looking at tits and downing a pint of beer, he thought, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, buddy. No, this sump was easy. Like, generally it was easy because I knew what I was doing on this sump. So
And it wasn't in situ, was it?
No, I had a wank first, then cut it out, then had a beer to finish off. Yeah.
I'm guessing that's a 6-line.
Six-line wank. Sorry.
So this might end up in court, but does that mean Sam Parker has a gigantic anus?
No, Sam has nearly all Sam's corals are Australian wild corals.
Oh, I
He
just
doesn't
wondered
go
what
for
the
the named
echo
corals.
was when I was on a live stream with him. There was just always this kind of awkward echo in the background, you know.
Don't make it more awkward for me when I run into Sam.
Well, you might run into him and not even realize you're inside him, but anyway.
Edit.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that whole fucking chunk out.
Oh my god. He's one person in Australia that I actually have a lot of respect for, and like as soon as I see him, like I'm so well behaved until it was his tank tour. But yeah, I really pulled my head in around Sam.
He's every bit as nice in person when you're chatting to him. It's
he's a legend, and he's a legend.
Quite rare.
He's just there's zero toxicity. He's just a nice person.
Yeah, he is.
And it's so weird.
You know
I
him well,
watched
don't you, Lee?
some of the videos, you guys. He's really nice.
Yeah, he's awesome.